I'm sitting here working on the quilt. I really want to make a baby quilt for my baby. That does not exist yet, as of this moment. I just found out this morning that I'm pregnant, and it doesn't really feel real at all yet, but I'm literally just so happy I haven't been able to wipe the smile off my face all day, and I just can't wait. Everything feels so perfect and right, and I just feel so lucky and special. So I have no idea how far I actually am along yet. I have my first appointment scheduled for basically a week from now, but my guess is that I'm 5 weeks along today, and I have just started ironing some fabric so that I can cut out some more squares for the quilt. So I thrifted this fabric a while back while we were still in Nashville, and I didn't realize that I had a full cut of it. Like, it includes both ends, and I have a good amount of it. So I'm thinking maybe I'll use this for the backing because it's really sweet and cute. It's like this leaf print, and I have a good amount of it, and it goes with all the colors. So I think this might actually be a good backing instead of cutting it out for individual patches. Alright, it has obviously been quite some time since I filmed anything. I definitely underestimated the amount of fatigue that you get during pregnancy, and this project has not gone nearly as fast as I thought it would, but that's okay. Where I'm at now is that I finished sewing all of the 9-patch squares together. I finished cutting out all of the plain cream squares, and Corey and I just spent some time together figuring out the final layout of the quilt, so now I can sew all those pieces together. It's quilting day. I spent some time quilting yesterday. I did pretty much all the horizontal rows on the quilt already. So I need to do the vertical rows today, and that'll complete the grid look that I'm going for. I ordered a walking foot to use, and that has been so helpful. The only other time that I've really quilted before was when I was making the Ruby Vest by Sid Graham. And I love that pattern. It came out really cute, but the quilting process just was not it because I did not have the right supplies or the just knowledge. When I was doing the Ruby Vest before, the only pins that I had were these straight head pins, I think they're called, and it was just really difficult to keep the fabric from not moving around with these. This time I ordered some bent safety pins that are typically used in quilting. That helped so much just to get everything set up when I did it. And that's a whole other story, was getting the quilt sandwich made, because doing that when you're 6 months pregnant, it just was not the move. I have such bad carpal tunnel in my wrist. So doing all the little safety pins, using the Hera marker to mark the quilt lines, crawling around on my hands and knees on the floor, it was a lot. It was truly a lot. But I was able to get everything set up and prepped. I did the initial quilt lines, like I said, yesterday, and it's coming out really cute. I'm really excited about it. It just feels very substantial and cozy, which is exactly what I was looking for. And then after I finish the quilting, I need to move on to the quilt binding. So I have this pretty gingham fabric that I want to use for the quilt binding. So I'm going to make my own bias binding today and then actually bind it up probably sometime this week. I want to finish the quilt by the time of our baby shower, which is in 6 days. So I think I have plenty of time to do it. I gotta get a move on for sure. This is what the quilt is looking like. So cute, folded up like this, just looks cozy. But this is where I have the horizontal quilt lines done already. I'll have to go in and do the verticals. And I'm using this really pretty deep rust orangey cotton gauze, which I think looks really nice and cozy. So I have a dilemma because I just spent like an hour making all of this continuous bias tape for binding off the quilt. I followed the step time tutorial for this and no complaints. That was awesome. Honestly, it went a lot smoother this time than the previous time I had made it, just because I knew it's going to take a minute and I knew the process, so I avoided some mistakes I had made previously. So I have it, this beautiful strip of continuous bias tape. And I had bought these bias tape makers that I'm really excited to make, that you feed the fabric in on the big side and then it folds it in the right way for you to immediately iron on this side. This makes single fold bias tape and then you just fold it one more time and that's the double fold. So I'm trying to feed this into this and my strip of fabric is too big. So I cut a 2.5 width strip on the bias, but this, I think it should have been 2 inches. So I'm just debating what to do at this point. Do I just order a different maker or do I cut 1 inch off of this whole long strip? And I'm leaning towards just cutting 1 inch off so that I can use this and just get going today. I did cut a 2-inch strip of fabric just to make sure that was the right size for this bias tape maker. And it does look good. It's a little narrower than I was thinking I would have for the quilt, but it's still plenty big. So I'm thinking this is just what I'm going to do, but now I have to find the best way to cut 1 inch off of this entire thing, which kind of sucks. But I do have the ruler where you can put your rotary in at 1 inch, so maybe it will be easier than I'm thinking. So I took a break. I got frustrated at the point that I got here, but I took a break and now I'm coming back with some fresher eyes, and I'm glad I did, because I would have just messed it up before had I continued in my state of rage. It's been a couple of months since I last checked in, but I did finish it in time for the baby shower. For when our baby comes, we have the rocker that my mom rocked me in, and I've just been sitting it on the back of that rocker. It's been precious to see. I just think they go so well together. I love all of the colors in this quilt. I feel like I really had a trust the process moment, because when I was cutting out all of the fabric and sewing all of the 9 patch squares together, I was like, is this ugly? Like, I think this might be hideous. But just sticking with it is always the move. I feel like with projects, there's always this cycle of you're really excited, you're planning everything, you're executing it, you're starting, and then there's this big trough of energy levels of doubt and, oh, this is heinous, it's not going to come together, this is just not working. But I found that when you just push through, most of the time at the end things come together and look really nice. So I
Love this quilt. It's so soft and sweet, and I think it's gonna be the perfect thing for our baby girl. And now really all that's left is waiting for her to get here. So we're not that far off at this point. I cannot wait to wrap her in this, and just thinking about that is so special. It feels like wrapping her in my love and all of the care that went into this project, and I hope that she loves it. It's cute because she's gonna look so tiny on this when she is first born, but it's really not a big quilt, like it is a baby quilt. And this is the first quilt I've ever made. So I'm feeling really proud of this, but I'm super excited to make more things. I've already been knitting and crocheting for my baby, so can't wait to share some of the projects that I've been making. But yeah, here's the quilt. She's done, and I can't wait to wrap my little baby girl in it.